I know, but you put those all over my...
Hey, you on my camera. Took my camera stand. You stole my camera stand.
Oh my gosh. That's the funniest thing ever.
Welcome back to BreakHeartOrchard. It is the afternoon on a weekend. We're getting ready to start doing some dirt work up here so that we can get everything set up to bring our power into the house. Jafana is bringing the tractor up here so that we can move all these rocks that we've gathered up over the course of the last couple years digging and building things. Some of them are dissolving into sand once exposed to the wind and the air, but some of them are not, and the ones that are not make good building material for little landscaping things we're going to be doing later on. And then you can just vaguely see that I have an orange line painted right here, and that line corresponds with the edge of this wall that we've dug. What we're going to do is pull the rest of this dirt out to make it even coming all the way back here, so that the electric company can come in and trench my power line that's going to go right over here to the wall and join into that meter. I've had a lot of people who I know talk about the differences in the way meters are set up. We don't have our disconnect set up on a pole like a lot of people do. Just about everywhere around here, it's on the side of the house. The reason I've got an additional disconnect on the side there is because my 200 amp panel is too far away from that meter for code. Now, I gotta stop talking and I gotta get to work because Jafana's here and I gotta move some rocks. Whenever you find rocks, that's a building material. Jafana already has a use for it, so she went down the hill and put these on the bridge because we got a little problem on the side of the bridge where there's a little bit of erosion. We're gonna stack some rocks in there, fill the rest of it with dirt and get something growing on it. So, like I said, when you find a rock out on the farm, you move it out of the way, but you keep an eye on where you put it because you might need it later. Still feel like you need that sandbag wad today? I'm gonna try to save that plant when we get to it, yeah. I don't know what it is, maple maybe. Beech, all right. While I was eating my lunch, Jafana was out here working hard. She's gotten this leveled out into a nice... What's that? Almost leveled. I think it looks pretty good. This is going to be really nice. We've got about an hour of daylight left, and I've got to get some measurements because I need to get some conduit so I can bury conduit all the way to the well to run the electrical line that operates the well. Hey baby, I'm going to get you to help me. You want to go to Waynesboro tonight? Food? Okay. Date night, going to the hardware store. Woohoo! As long as there's food. Inside the house, I have a piece of conduit that goes in that is going to carry the water line. A 3-inch conduit goes out just slightly back from the base of that window. And it's about 2 or 3 feet down from the foundation. So I've got some digging that I gotta do. I'm gonna start with a shovel right there. That conduit's basically gonna run a little further out from the house, but around the corner into the house, and it needs to run all the way over to the well.
Hey.
Come on, baby.
Okay, am I bringing it?
Bring the tape.
Okay. Time? I'm gonna hit you back. Oh my gosh, look how pretty it is.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's been windy as can get out today. Head from there on up to the well, see what we're working with. So we are at 209 feet. So add another 10 feet to get into the house, and anything else that could be a problem, we're good. I'm gonna dig it right down to there, and wherever it crosses where they are, I'm gonna leave it open. That is our transformer. That's our temporary meter right there. And when we had a camper here, we're gonna keep that temporary meter because we're gonna build a barn, and it'll be nice. It'll be really nice to have power available right there for the tools and not have to run everything back to the house, because that gets to be a hassle. You can come around the corner right there, head straight on over this way. I'm going to tie this line in from the well to that ditch line that they're making, and all that's going to go right over to the house. Now if I can get you to wind that back up, that'd be great.
Oh my gosh. That food better be me.
How about well, it's morning. It was quite windy yesterday. Looks like the wind blew down one of the totes that we were using for watering out here. Had to have been empty because there's no way it's going to blow over when it's full. Oh, it's empty. No problem.
Did it break anything?
I don't think it did. I think it's empty, so it blew off.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of hiring a professional, I hired an electrician to come in, get my sub panels and my main panel hooked up, get the meter base hooked up with the disconnect so that I could get early power run to the house. I felt like that was out of my skill set. Knowing that somebody was going to come in and do it right made a big difference. Got it done quickly. We're able to move on from there. It just so happens that my electrician watched my video, and when he did, he saw that I was planning on dropping the water line from the well into the same trench that they're going to use to put the electricity. He called me this morning. It's Sunday morning. He's working. I said that he's got a new company and they're doing whatever they have to do to build that company up. And right now, he and his crew are working. But they took a break to call me and convince me that I should run a separate trench. He gave me a lot of reasons that I should do it. After listening to him, I'm going to dig a separate trench. It's a little more work, but I do have an excavator, so that's going to make it a lot easier. I think I'm going to run the trench across the top of this hill. You ready to mark this thing out where we're going to run it?
I was just thinking, you know what, instead of down there, if you're going to run the line up here, I think we should put the spigot right here.
I can put it wherever you want it. Get the little marker and let's walk this off a few times so we have an idea what we're doing before we start painting the ground. We're getting into the afternoon. I've made pretty good progress on the digging that we're doing back here, getting this area completely opened up. Eventually, as I said, there's going to be a retaining wall here. I'm going to properly backfill it with rock, as well as have timbers tying it into the hill so that the pressure, hydrostatic pressure from any moisture that's in there, any soil movement, is going to push that wall out. One of the things that happens when I start moving dirt around here is Japhana sees an opportunity to shape things the way she wants them for the future. And that's good, except on a day like today, we have to decide whether or not we want to go that route. She's built this out very nicely with the dirt that had to be moved, or if we would like to have electricity and water and someday move in. I want to move in. I know she wants to move in, but she wants it to be beautiful, and she has ideas on what she wants to do over here. She wants it all. I've got a whole bunch of dirt that I moved. We have a lot of uneven spots on this hill. We're probably going to have a small shelter up here so that we can have some goats close to the house. We may regret that in the future, but that's one of the things that she wants to be able to have. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth this stuff out, and then we're going to start digging and see how far I can get with that trench. I don't know that I'm going to get this whole thing done today. I'm certainly not going to get the pipe run today, but I want to get as much of that trench dug as I could.
So I planted lavender, but unfortunately it's right in the path of where he wants to dig. So he's going to help me move it. Okay, babe, that's perfect. I'm good to go.
Don't need any more?
No, that's perfect.
Sun's going down. I've got about 45 minutes of daylight left, and it's getting cold. And we got a big work week ahead of us, so I think it's time to start figuring out how I'm going to put things away here. Which ball? Oh, there's the ball. Our frost line here is 18 inches. Now we're up in the mountains. It's a little, it might waver by an inch, but I doubt it. It's up about halfway up my thigh, so it's not bad. It's definitely more than 18 inches, and that's what I want. I don't see any issues with going too deep. You certainly have a penalty if you don't go deep enough and it freezes. Now down here, I'm up past my hips, so I definitely got into it. I may use the mattock and trench it just a little bit up there to make sure that I've got the proper depth. The last thing I want to have happen is to have this thing break from a vehicle driving over it or freeze. I don't think there's much chance of it, but the harder you work now, the less you have to work later. Thanks for watching. We hope you come back and check us out again at BreakHeartOrchard. We'll be here.